Hey everybody, this is a follow-up video about my fuel sending unit. Now in the previous video, I tested the fuel sending unit after we took it out of the car. Again, it had been sitting for about 42 years, and we ran a resistance test on it. And while at the end of each range of the spectrum was the correct numbers at a low of about 11.8 and a high of about 74 to 76, there was one outlier reading where the high end was 93 on up. But as you were going through the range, the numbers would spike and peak and have drops that were completely sporadic. And that is why I sent it out to Chris Dunn and the crew over at Lincoln Land to rebuild that. We now have it back from Lincoln Land. So let's go ahead and run some resistance tests on that now. And here's the fuel sending unit as I got it back from Lincoln Land. As you can see, it has a new brass float. It has a new arm for the float. It has a new filter. And what they did is they went inside of here and also rebuilt inside of the main casing inside of the fuel sending unit. So now we are ready to run the resistance test on this. We now have the fuel sending unit set up and the multimeter set up with the multimeter setting set to ohms. And as a reminder, the two terminals we're going to work with are this top one, which is the fuel sending terminal, and the middle terminal, which is the ground. So let's go ahead and conduct a couple of tests. As you can see, the initial setting is in the 11.2 to 11.5 range. And as we slowly start to move the float, you will see that the numbers will start to increase. They're not sporadic like they were before. And you'll see that it will end in the 75 to 76 range. Swinging back the other way, you'll see that it'll slowly reduce and it will move down into a final range of about 10.9. We are now ready to get a second reading where the low is going to be at a range of 10.6 to 10.8. And as we slowly move the arm, you'll see that it'll steadily increase and it will end at around 76.1. Coming back the other way, it will slowly reduce and it will end at the other end of the range at about 10.7. Now that the fuel sending unit has been rebuilt and our resistance tests are good, showing a very consistent and accurate reading range from in the high 10, low 11s, all the way up into the 74 to 76 range, we're now able to get this sending unit back into the gas tank and the gas tank back into the car. So stay tuned for that video, which will be coming up, and stay tuned for more content of the restoration process of my 1966 Lincoln Continental. Thanks, guys.